another early morning. As always, I'm always up at this time, and this is actually my good time. I can't complain. But this is an important message for targeted individuals specifically, but everybody can learn from this. Um, and definitely protect yourself before it comes to that. But one of the main things I wish I would have known more of when I seen that I was being targeted was I would have had more IT discipline. Just even a little bit of knowledge about how to secure a phone and the devices that I'm using, especially if at the time I became being targeted, I had a lot of money in my account. I was invested in stocks and stuff like that. I noticed I was being hacked, but unaware of exactly how I was being targeted. I was unaware about actually the term gang stalking for about 2 years. It took me 2 years to figure out what it was. I tell y'all repeatedly, I didn't know what was happening. I just thought it was a bunch of white supremacists, because this stuff started happening while I was dealing with a workman's comp case. So the tactics started then, and I'm just even because they attack my memory. So they may be attacking you, your health too. Period. They may be doing things to literally overwhelm and disrupt you biologically too. So we getting into learning that too. So pay attention to them podcasts that I do expose this stuff on. But no, I want y'all to understand financially and just from what they've been doing to me with the internet has been some of the most devastating parts of it. You know what I'm saying? Literally, I walked around without a cell phone for years, y'all, years. Like I said, when they first started targeting me, I had a lot of money in my accounts. I was heavily invested in the stock market. They was hacking me so bad I couldn't keep up with my Weeble. I couldn't keep up with nothing. I used to have to turn my phone off most of the time, and I was going on vacations unaware that these people had the resources to have me followed all the way to the vacations places. They're literally monitoring my phone while I'm booking these vacations. So they're able to book rooms right next to you if you're unaware of this. And they did. They did just that. And they was able to put on these different noise campaigns and everything literally while me and my family was on vacation in the rooms next to us and stuff like that. So it's just so much stuff that they can do if they're hacking you. But financially, everything. The way they're hacking us, they're literally able to see our screens. So literally every single thing that we do, and definitely if you're unaware, they're going to be in your system completely, and they're definitely going to be able to see your screen. Every password you type in, everything. You're literally, look, you're literally going to be looking up IT videos and stuff like that of how to stop these people and stop a hacker, but you're not dealing with just a hacker. You're dealing with a state actor, and it's a complete difference. These people have resources crazy, man. They're able to do a lot of different stuff the average human being is not able to do. These are the actual people who's supposed to be protecting and serving y'all. You know what I'm saying? And it's not necessarily, well, I'm not even going to act like I have all the information on this, but where I'm at now, it don't necessarily have to be the people at the top. It's like they're infiltrated. So you do have to find the right resources. So I don't believe in letting these people box you into believing it's nobody in the government that you can find. I believe they doing everything to prevent that. If they're able to control your DNS, like you're seeing with me, like you're seeing in the things that's happening with me or whatever, and they're able to redirect your phone calls, your text messages, and everything. They're going to be putting you on the phone with the people they want you to be on the phone with. They're going to be redirecting you to sites, and you might not even be making reports to the right people, or maybe even if you are, it's going to go to who they want you to make the reports to. So just understanding these things, and I don't really understand IT too much. I'm telling y'all, I just been acquiring this knowledge from experience, researching the things they doing, and figuring it out. And for y'all who want to use AI and figure out the stuff that they doing and the tactics, like with through wall radar surveillance and stuff like that. Like you like, how is these people looking at me? Yes, you're gonna actually have to start looking up and strategically doing it because they are trying to censor it. But tie those questions to devices that law enforcement use, devices that search and rescue, fire and rescue, and search and rescue and stuff like that use, because it's literally those type of tools that they're using on us, man. You know what I'm saying? Period. It's those type of tools that they're using on stingray devices and all that kind of stuff. These, yes, some people can get this kind of stuff, but it would be stopped if it, point blank period, a long time ago, if it wasn't law enforcement actually doing it and involved with it. They can stop this. They can detect this. Nothing. It's no coincidence they're ignoring you. They're doing it. Like so, if you're still dealing with police officers and stuff like that, and I'm not discouraging you from doing that. I would actually continue doing that, but do it mindfully that these people can be involved with it. You know what I'm saying? Just to say it in that way, they can be involved in it, and if they keep ignoring it and letting it go fly under the radar, most likely they are. You know what I'm saying? And it just is what it is, and that's from my own experience. And it may not be every police officer directly, but if they know what's going on, they are involved. You know, because they neglecting to do their duty. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of it, because some of them didn't necessarily antagonize me personally. They didn't necessarily do nothing. Some of them actually told me certain things that still to this day I just, I still do practice. Like, hey, this is what your domain. This is what you have responsibility for, and that information is vital. You know what I'm saying? It is vital because these people will try to play you out of position, and use certain laws against you. That's what they do. They Karens. You know what I'm saying? So, our knowledge of certain things is very important. So certain cops telling me, coming and telling me around my area, look, this is probably your proximity right here. You have the right to do this and do that, and you know what I'm saying. You have every right to do that. Those cops are vital, but then it's the other side. It's the side that will come, and they will literally try to antagonize you. They will literally come and fish for information and be very careful about the information you disclose. Like me, a prime example. Y'all see firsthand that this stuff happening. These people was asking me what kind of router I had and stuff like that. Um, that's vital information. They fishing, and they probably involved. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the type of information they use to target me better. They was like, what kind of router you got? I'm like, Netgear router. I paid $200, $300 for this. Actually, I paid $300 in the video I'm going to be talking about. Like, I was paying expensive money trying to keep these people out, trying to keep these people out of my system. But no, some of them are coming to antagonize you, to fish for information, and to create a different narrative. Because if they can provoke you, I had certain cops telling me to hack them back, and this kind of stuff, they would have set you up. I had way better knowledge than to fucking try to hack them back. You know what I'm saying? Period. You know what I'm saying? But that they would have set you up. Cause the moment I would have had them back, they would have arrested me. You know what I'm saying? Period. This man, and they would have had, they would have created a different narrative. So you have to be careful. You know what I'm saying? And different stuff like that. That's all I'm telling y'all. I'm not telling y'all because even if you know the police is involved, yes, still reporting stuff is important. You know what I'm saying? It is important, and you can use it to your advantage. But I would definitely say you better have some knowledge, because these people can turn your phone off, and they can make you could be thinking you recording and you're not recording. And if they just have control of your phone and your devices and your surveillance devices, which they probably do if you don't have knowledge of those things, then yeah, they can kind of set you up. So the whole time, some officers are literally coming to my house. Some of them are scanning for radar. They're scanning for radio frequencies to see if I'm hacking. So they had one officer talking to me in the door and another officer scanning for radio frequencies and stuff like that to see if they're being surveilled. You know what I'm saying? So these are the tactics they've been using on me for a long time. And it's beautiful. I get to finally, disclose some stuff. Like, motherfuckers be thinking they that smart, but they not. So it is certain things, and I'm not going to disclose because I still do use certain practices or whatever. But again, it is, your knowledge is going to help you. You know what I'm saying? A lot. Just noticing certain things they don't. I was saying from the beginning they hacking radio frequencies. And when I started saying that, you know what happened? They started responding. I wasn't able to get nobody on the phone at first. As soon as I started exposing on my Instagram at that time, they hacking radio frequency. State troopers and shit started calling me back. You know what I'm saying? They started getting a little scared. You know what I'm saying? So radio frequencies, you need to learn a lot about that. You know what I'm saying? And protecting yourself from it. Different in all areas. They definitely manipulate. That's why I don't like using Wi-Fi, even though I started using it again. And this is probably going to be another part of my transformation and shit like that, because I was held down and I was imprisoned by this for a long time. This has been 7 years, y'all. So y'all getting to see my bounce back. Y'all getting to see them literally had me in all kind of different states protecting myself. You know what I'm saying? My face not looking right because they deprive you of sleep. They fuck with your sleep. Literally make noise from scanning you using radar technology. They can see when you wake up. They can see when you go to sleep. This is what they're doing to targeted individuals. If you're not a targeted individual, that's why I say this podcast is for everybody. Just knowing what they can do. This stuff can tell when you wake up. I mean, yeah, it can tell when you open your eyes. And it's definitely that. They not, well, I'm not going to say they not. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to tell no targeting individual. I'm not going to say nothing no more, like, because a lot of stuff targeting individuals have said has actually became true. Most of it, actually. So I'm not going to disrupt nothing they saying. But once I discovered how they was doing it, because I'm like, how's these people seeing when I noticing when I wake up every day? And then I'm looking at other TI videos and they like, oh, they in our brain. They reading our thoughts, this, that, and the third. So I have a hard time believing it now, because I actually did an experiment where I'm like, okay, I'm gonna just stay with my eyes closed when I wake up in the morning, and just keep my eyes closed. You know what I'm saying? And I started doing that, and then once I noticed that, when I started, so I would just spontaneously open my eyes. So maybe I lay there for like 15 minutes, just still. And then I would open my eyes, and they would start revving engines or a car would go past. So I'm like, okay, okay, okay. And it's the same thing I did experimenting this way with noticing they was waking me out of my sleep. Like, so when I just wake up, I don't just open my eyes. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I would lay there and meditate, because I used to meditate for a long time, hours. So I could kind of do this, it was natural. So I would just lay there, you know what I'm saying, and just listen and observe. And this is important. And noticing the people that's betraying you too. This is important. And you have to keep some stuff under your hat and be strategic, and you don't have to have some real strong emotional discipline. I'm telling you, keep it under your hat. You know what I'm saying? Certain stuff, y'all know I'm like an open book, but I'm not. You know what I'm saying? At the same time, I'm not. I strategically say a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Some stuff I do, and I don't care because I'm not vulnerable, because I'm not guilty. It's like I'm gonna speak the truth because I'm not a scumbag and I kind of have nothing to hide. You know what I'm saying? It just is what it is. But no, it's different levels. But I want y'all to stay tuned. I'm not going to make this taking kind of too much from my morning. I do have another podcast where I'm talking about energy and stuff like that. And yeah, I've been managing my energy a lot more. You're going to have to learn this. They're definitely attacking your energy, but maybe it's not, and it is in that way too, like in a spooky way that some people think a little bit. But it's not that way as much. It's little subtle things, simple things that you do have control over. Actually, you have control over everything, but yes, you do have to get in control of your energy. It is no excuses. You know what I'm saying? They could be doing anything to you, but if you're out of control of yourself and your energy and everything involving yourself, that, for me, this is how I view it. It becomes your fault and your responsibility. You know, you know, period. We don't have the luxury to complain right now. Right now, um, as a TI, we haven't had justice. I know I reached out to every three-letter agency and everybody I supposed to have reached out to, but we don't have justice right now. We're not getting justice. You know what I'm saying? Not saying give up on that and standing up for it and stuff like that, but just, do we have it? So you don't have the luxury of letting these people break you down, because they're going to play you out of position and they're going to put you exactly where they want. Institution, prison, a bots. Some people killing themselves, and what are the choices? So it's either let these people make you into a better version of yourself, or let these people break you. Let these people make you so you able to strategically expose it. And that's what I teach, not being quiet. Let's strategically expose these motherfuckers. Let's get on their ass in a different way. No, not staying quiet. Let's bring the fight back to them. Let's help them expose themselves. Let's help them do that. Let's expose the true ourselves. So if you're not at, you know, and we kind of have to be in tip-top shape. You know what I'm saying? I have 2 debilitating conditions. 2, not 1, 2. So they not just they attacking the 2-time disabled person. It's like, real shit though. They attacking the 2-time disabled person, but I don't have the luxury of complaining, and I don't want no fucking sympathy, and I don't regret shit. These people have helped me they have helped make me, son. They have did a good job, but this is giving no compliments to their system, because I had to do a hell of a fucking lot of work that most of them haven't did. Most of them would be fucking broken. They would be broken. I don't care where they at, what level of education they got. If they did the shit that they that they've been doing to me, most of these motherfuckers would be broken. But I did a lot of fucking work. I did a lot of work, y'all. A lot of work. So no, it is no they can't take credit for nothing that they have did to me, and basically upholding their program, whatever our programs or whatever sick shit they're doing. No, it's not that. The average human being would be fucked up. Would probably out here be committing crimes, suicide, in prison, institutionalized, period. You know what I'm saying? So no, this is not ever no. But for me, you know what I'm saying? And for you, you don't have a fucking luxury. Do the work. Do the work on yourself. If you have guilt, if you have anything, address it with humility to yourself. You know what I'm saying? Get rid of that fucking guilt and stand and learn to stand up. If you in the streets and you being targeted, definitely get the fuck out of the streets. By all means, you're gonna have to. You know what I'm saying? You're going to have to make a plan to really dedicate yourself to becoming a better human being. You know what I'm saying? In every aspect, I'm telling you. And you're going to probably have to go do some shit because they do have control of these institutions, these shelters, these different stuff like that. But no, you're going to still have to fucking stand with fucking strength and integrity and understand you don't have the fucking luxury of giving up on yourself. You know what I'm saying? You don't have that fucking luxury. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. And as far as crashing out and all of that and shit like that, that hurts us. That hurts the rest of the targeted community. You know what I'm saying? So when you fail, you make it bad on all of us. You know what I'm saying? Sorry to say that, but it just is what it is. You giving up on yourself in any way, you becoming institutionalized, letting these people get to you, you going into a box, you letting any of these things happen to you it affects us all. Because once they put you in that institution, they like see. Once they put you in that box, they like see. Once they get you to crash out, they like see. We dealing with Karens. That's just antagonizing the narrative. But I'm out of here. This got longer than I expected, but it's beautiful though. I'm glad we had this talk, and I hope you learned something. Stay tuned. I'm gonna continue to show this stuff to you. It's not for my sympathy, y'all. It's not for my sympathy. It's to educate y'all and to get us to help us protect our future generation, because this stuff is gonna be happening to our fucking children. And what I see, it's gonna be worse. It's gonna be worse. With AI coming, not coming, it's here. And the power is immense. If you see what I'm building with AI, the power is immense. And they already saying they suppressing some new AI shit they got because it's too powerful. So if they already doing this now, and man, imagine what our children are gonna have to deal with. And they experimenting for a reason. They're not doing this for fucking fun. Just say, oh, let's just have fun. No, they've been doing this shit. They've been doing MK Ultra. Look up MK Ultra and different shit. They've been doing this shit, man. And it's just worse. Just the technology is worse. I'm telling you. So they saying they gonna be every card they gonna be scanning y'all. It's worse already. But the targeted community been telling y'all they doing this to me. They surveilling us this way. They've been making them look cuckoo, cause not me. They know fucking better. Come on. And if they do, they want to make me look cuckoo. Tell them to step the fuck out. Tell them to come publicly and debate me publicly about anything I've been saying. They won't. They know fucking better. Or tell them to. You know what I'm saying? Tell them to. But no, I'm out here.